Hello everyone and welcome to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. So I want to look into the disappearance of Dylanehler or Dylanehler. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Let me know down below. But this was a suggestion by one of my subscribers, so thank you so much. Dylan was 3 years old when he went missing in Nova Scotia, and it has been over 5 years, I think, since Dylan's disappearance. So let's see if we can read the energy around this case and figure out anything helpful. So first off, let's see what is the energy around the Dylanehler case in Nova Scotia. Please and thank you. What are the factors and energies around this case, Spirit? We have soul cage, rescue, escape from captivity, and restriction. Okay. So there's a couple here, but I do see escape from captivity and rescue. So maybe Dylan got out, because from the article I read, it was said that his grandmother last seen him outside, or assumed he got outside. So maybe Dylan did escape in one way or the other, but he felt restricted. He felt captive somehow. We have reclaiming your authenticity. Okay, so I got an awful vision in my mind's eye. There is a practice that people do. I don't know what it's called. I don't even know why they do it. But they club seals. They club baby seals. So that could be significant. I hope not. But I just want to tell you what comes to me as I read. So it could be nothing. It could be something. Let's get some more information. What is the energy around the Dylanehler disappearance in Nova Scotia? The energy behind Dylan's disappearance, lovers. Yeah, okay. So there's lovers on both of these cards. This could signify Dylan's parents. I'm not sure if they were still together or not at the time of his disappearance. But this is also suggesting to me that if Dylan did escape, someone was distracted or busy with a lover. The birds and the bees. Yeah, okay. House, background energy. So yeah, someone was with their lover in a house and Dylan escaped. Am I getting this right, Spirit? Let's see. What is the energy behind the disappearance of Dylan? Please and thank you. This wants to come. The birds, brief sorrow, nervous excitement, temporary misunderstanding. So yeah, we've got 2 birds here and 2 couples. Okay. Someone didn't want people talking. There was a misunderstanding and there was a snake. So there is lies and deceit in this case, in this energy around it. So someone could be lying about when they last seen Dylan. Okay, so we'll put the snake here and let's get into the true crime cards. So Spirit, angels, ancestors, what are the factors behind Dylanehler's disappearance, Nova Scotia, Canada? Please and thank you. Oh, there's a lot of these. Okay, so affair, demonic in reverse, ulterior motives in reverse, and hidden. Okay, so these came out in my last reading. So let's see. Let me just get a few more. What are the factors behind Dylan's disappearance? Hidden forces in reverse. Okay, so I do feel like there were 2 people to back each other up in order to hide the truth. I don't feel like this was intentionally done, but it could have been accidental. Maybe someone hit Dylan in the head or scolded him, reprimanded him, and he ran off. And this could represent a literal affair or just lovers doing what lovers do, if you get my drift. Well thought out. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm not really sure what this is trying to tell me, so I'm going to ask the tarot for some clarification. So let's split the deck. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Someone was jealous. Someone could be a workaholic, and someone wanted to take a new opportunity or a new investment of some sort. So let's see. This is not good. This is not good. So maybe someone thought of something and then thought, no, this is not good. Let's try again. Let me think of something better, something different. What happened to Dylan? Please and thank you. What happened to Dylanehler? Whoa. This wants to hide itself. The Tower. Something collapsed. There was a fight. There was adversity. So possibly Dylan fell, but I feel like somehow he hurt his head, or maybe he escaped in one way or the other. So what happened to Dylanehler? Please and thank you. Okay, which way does this want to fall, Spirit? Okay, in reverse, disorganization, impatience. Someone was impatient with Dylan and there was a fight, there was some sort of destruction, a reality check. So maybe someone had a reality check when they realized Dylan was missing because they weren't paying attention to what's important. Yeah, okay. So what happened to Dylanehler? Please and thank you, Spirit. The Hermit in reverse. Yeah, so I feel like Dylan went outside. Yeah, after a fight or some sort of commotion, he could have tried to run away from some sort of chaos. What happened to Dylan? We have the Chariot. And then he was brought somewhere. He was moved. There's two of these here. So maybe someone brought Dylan to a lover's house after something occurred, or Dylan was brought somewhere and ran away because he didn't want to stay there. He felt trapped. We have the Three of Cups. So this is the friendship card. So someone has support from their friends. Someone could be a part of a society. Okay, let's get the why. So let's split the deck. The Ten of Wands. Yeah, someone was stressed and they weren't watching Dylan. They had their head down. They were looking at something else. And there's money here. So money could be a factor. It could be of significance. And the Four of Cups. Someone was bored. And look, distraction. Someone was distracted. They weren't watching Dylan. Okay? So let me give these a shuffle. Sorry guys, I'm working on my shuffling. Practice makes perfect. Someone was practicing something. I don't know what this is, but it just keeps coming up that someone was trying something and it didn't work out. So maybe they tried again. Maybe this is a relationship or something. So why did this happen to Dylan? Why did this happen to Dylan? They both want to come. The Ten of Wands, because someone was stressed. Someone wasn't looking. And now this is in reverse. So someone was self-absorbed and looking at things that weren't important, and they got a reality check when disaster or destruction occurred. So why did Dylan go missing? Why did Dylan go missing? Whoa. The Ten of Cups, a partnership, and the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so someone was being unforgiving with Dylan. And I feel like someone was too busy looking at their lover to look at what was going on around them. So maybe Dylan had an accident within the home and then he was brought somewhere else after the fact. A lover could have helped cover up an accident or a fight that went wrong. But I am leaning more towards accident. And I am seeing the water here. He could have been placed in the water upside down somehow. Okay, background energy, we do have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So if he will be recovered, it will probably be in the water. And some of the tea cards spilled. We're not even ready for the tea yet, but hey, Spirit has different ideas. Bad habits, drugs, addictions, toxicities. Okay, so someone was indulging in other things with a lover. We have uninterested. Okay, so this could be someone who has a car, a vehicle, but yeah, someone was uninterested in Dylan and Dylan walked away. Okay, let's see. And no facts. Okay, so let's get a little bit more on this, because I'm really not sure if something happened within the home, whether Dylan walked away on his own or what happened there. So I'm kind of getting mixed messages. This could be an on and off relationship, mixed messages kind of a thing. So what truly happened to Dylan? Was this an accident or a murder or a cover-up? What was this, Spirit? Please give us some indication as to why this happened and what went on. Love. Okay. Gambling, taking a chance. And hookup, one night stand in reverse. So this is a partnership, but it could be a very on and off partnership. Peace. Yeah, someone just wanted to have peace to indulge with their partner. Gambling. Someone could be a big gambler and they took a gamble and it didn't pay off. Reconciliation, rebuild. Yeah, an on and off relationship. Someone could have literally been in the bedroom or, you know, doing drugs with a lover somewhere, but otherwise distracted. And look, background energy, relationship connecting. So someone was so focused on what was in front of them, they forgot that Dylan was there, and maybe Dylan went off on his own. And we do have the water, the sea here. So let's get the tea and see if we can get any more info on this. So Dylanehler, 3-year-old autistic boy missing in Nova Scotia. What is the tea about this case? Spill the tea, Spirit, please, and thank you. Fishing for comments. Okay. Someone was an attention seeker. Love triangle. Third party, multiple lovers, choices. Okay. This could be why a relationship was on and off. Someone could be a cheater, pumpkin eater. Broke ass. Someone could be broke and they could be using someone else for money. Confirmation. Okay, what is the tea here, Spirit? Spill the tea. Haunted. Someone has memories, flashbacks, trauma, and side effects from something that happened. Halloween could be significant, but someone has PTSD. Yeah, because they weren't looking, and then when they were haunted by what they saw. Okay, so what is the tea about this case, please and thank you? Or are they just haunted by the fact they were not observant of what's going on? Yeah, so someone was feeding someone else. Maybe he was hungry, or he was going out looking for food, or heard the ice cream man or something like that. I don't know. What's the tea, Spirit? Spill the tea on this case for us. Some indication. Fake smiles for the cameras. Okay, ain't shit. So, I'm not really sure what's going on. This could be in regards to the parents of Dylan, or this could be in regards to his grandmother, I think, who was watching him. So someone is haunted by the past and they wish they could go back and do more. And someone missed the signs, but the signs were there. Yeah, they just didn't see the true meaning behind them. Okay, so I'm going to get the dictionary out and we're going to see if we can get any tips or hints about this case. I just want to ask, I feel drawn to this deck again. What were the motives behind Dylan going missing? Energy field adjustment. Okay. Clearing the space, visions. Yeah, so I don't know. Someone didn't have Dylan in their vision and they weren't looking at what was going on. They weren't seeing the signs. They weren't seeing the signs that was in front of them. So let's ask the dictionary. Any tips or hints on Dylanehler, missing 3-year-old from Nova Scotia? Please and thank you, Spirit. We've got 2 pages Spirit wants to show us. Okay, nocturnal. This could have been at nighttime. A nobody. Okay, a nobleman, member of nobility. Okay. Noble. Someone who is noble in society. Christmas, Halloween could be significant. Noise. Maybe someone didn't like the noise. No man's land. Neutral zone between 2 opposing forces controlled by neither. So I feel like 2 forces felt like they could not control Dylan. Nom de plume. Writer's assumed name, pen name. Someone could go by an alter ego. And do we have anything else? Nihilism. Okay. Nipple. Someone could have been in the bedroom. A niece could be significant. Someone could have a nickname. Yeah, a nickname. Nom de plume. They could go by an alias or, yeah, nicotine. Yeah, so smoking, drugs could be significant. Someone who's nifty. Nighttime is significant. A nightmare. Nightshade could be significant. The National Health Service, health is coming up. We also have never ever. Maybe someone told Dylan never ever and he ran off. The news, New Year's Day, a nibble. Something about food. Maybe he was hungry and going out looking for some food. So, loose garment worn in bed by a man. What is this? A nightshade? Oh, a nightshirt. Okay. Okay, so a man was there in a nightshirt, possibly. A mound. A mound. Okay. A mountain. He could be by mountains, by the water. Motion. Somewhere where there's motion. And I just had a heap of cards falling. Okay. Yeah, and look, the Ace of Pentacles was showing itself to me. So this actually could be Dylan walking off on his own. Moss. Somewhere where there's moss. A motel could be significant. Mother. Okay. So this could be the mother or the grandmother. Mourning. So maybe Dylan went missing at night and they reported it in the morning. Someone could be a Mormon. moribund, dying, decaying, and a morgue. This is not looking good. A moral. Someone has no morals. Something's very morbid. A morbid nightmare. Someone's in a bad mental state. Someone could be a writer or a teacher. Someone mopped up the mess. And the Moors. I'm thinking of Myra Hindley, Ian Brady, the Moors murders. That could be significant. That is a couple who killed together or were in cahoots together. A hen that lives on water. So these could be places where he could be found, somewhere outdoors. Someone was trying to discipline Dylan, but he was mortified. They were humiliating him. A mortgage could be significant. Mortal, causing death, unrelenting. So someone could have literally caused this death. And a motor could be significant. Someone's caught in a cycle that they can't get out of. And I did see substances here somewhere. So I do feel like, yeah, a strong smelling substance. So yeah, someone could have cleaned up with a strong smelling substance. So there could have been an accident in the house that was covered up. Dylan could have been mottled on his skin. And they didn't want to leave a morsel, a trace behind. But something morbid happened and decaying happens after dying. So someone could have connections with a morgue, but someone is moping. And yeah, and more substances. Cement of lime, sand, water. So anything else before we go, Spirit? Upbringing. Something about Dylan's upbringing. This person could have helped bring Dylan up. This could be his grandmother. Something was upcoming. There was upheaval, a violent disturbance. And it was unwitting. Maybe someone didn't mean to cause grievous harm. But something untoward happened. And what happened is unutterable. Nobody's talking about it. Untimely and untold. Wow, okay. But this death was unwarranted. Someone is unwell, struggling with their health. And maybe something was unwieldy, too large to be carried away or controlled. Yeah, so maybe they couldn't control him. They wanted him to unwind and they could not get him under control. They couldn't carry him, so they had to transport him in a vehicle, sit him up. Upholstery could be significant. And yeah, someone who's an upstart, one who has risen suddenly to a high position of wealth. Uppercut, an upward blow to the chin. Okay, anything else? Urine. That could be significant. Maybe Dylan wet himself or something and this was inconvenient to someone and they lost their temper. Yeah, usury. Lending of money at excessive interest. Usurp, take possession of without right or by force. Someone was being forceful. They won't utter what they did though. But someone could have a U-turn. But for now, someone is excessively devoted to one's wife. Okay. So I feel like this is the most up-to-date kind of information Spirit has for us right now. But something was untimely and this story needs to be told because the true story is still untold. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to show you these. Well, there's a lot of them, but I'm going to quickly fly through them for you in case anything significant came out. And my back hurts. Someone could really struggle with back pain. sciatica, possibly. Okay, so what do we have here? We have the Five of Pentacles. This came out, recovery. Hopefully Dylan will be recovered. The Ten of Swords in reverse. There's recovery in reverse. So he could be recovered, but maybe someone made sure he wouldn't be, or someone came to recover and help clean up a mess after a loss. Yeah, because someone was worried about this. The Three of Cups in reverse. So this could be an old friend. It could be an ex-lover. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Someone is worried and anxious that they may get caught, or someone could not sleep, or something about Dylan not sleeping or eating or using the bathroom, or, you know, I don't know. Someone got angry with him for some sort of natural function. The Ace of Cups, yeah, relationships. Queen of Cups, this is a mother figure, a grandmother figure. Ace of Pentacles, a new investment. Someone was more invested in maybe their new relationship. The Two of Pentacles, balance and prioritization. Yeah, so it's like Dylan got away because someone wasn't prioritizing him at that moment. We do have the Tower, so this is transformation. We've got the Tower twice. So something transformed, a life change happened, and time was of the essence. Someone's trying to remain strong and have a fake smile. The Page of Cups in reverse. Someone was spying. Someone didn't trust their intuition. Someone didn't see the signs. And the Page of Swords in reverse. Someone is not being true. And someone read the signs wrong, is what I'm getting. So hopefully Dylan will be found very soon. I am getting a lot of water energy, but if he is on land buried somewhere, I do feel like it is close to water, and possibly stones and moss and lots of natural herbs, lots of natural flowers. So if anyone knows the right places to look and lives in the area, hopefully this can give you an indication of where to look. But what I'm getting is whatever happened, it was close to home. And the story that was told is that Dylan wandered from home, but there's a lot of context missing from that. Did he wander himself, or did someone take him away from home after the fact? So hopefully more information will be revealed and Dylan will be found. And until then, thank you so much for connecting with me. I really appreciate your energy, and I hope to see and connect with you all again in the next one. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah.